too soon. Whoa! Welcome back to the Stephan Show. My name is Graham, and welcome to my show. And due to popular demand, I'm bringing back the 20-cent iced coffee right there. None of this green tea matcha stuff. Nuh-uh. Today, we mean business because this is Millennial Money. That's right. CNBC Make It just posted a brand new episode today. It's titled Living on $227K a year in London, England. Wait for it. Millennial Money. And we could tell this is going to be a really good video today because it was only posted a few hours ago. It's already at 40,000 views, which is more than usual for CNBC Make It right now. So anyway, let's give this video a watch, but first we have to support the channel. Let's go ahead and just destroy the like button. Hold on, let me just, it's not just, hold on. I gotta throw my computer to fully destroy it. One sec. All right, the like button is now destroyed, and with that said, let's begin right here.
One of my goals has always been to live abroad. So when I got the opportunity to move to London, it was kind of a dream come true, even though it was somewhat unexpected.
Yeah, you know what? The first thing that hit me there was that there's no accent. Threw me off for like the first split second, but I see, living abroad makes sense. By the way, 28 years old, that just hit me. It was like $227,000 a year at 28 years old living abroad. What does she do? What does she do for that? That's impressive. I'm guessing it's something tech or financial related. It's got to be one of those two. But watch, they're gonna throw us for a loop here. She's like a plumber or something like that. Let's see.
Last year, I was actually promoted to my current role as a senior operations manager, and I became one of the youngest senior operations managers here in Europe at that time.
Senior operations man, what does that do? I literally got to Google, what does a senior operations manager do? Responsibilities: responsible for the operations lead of a team and for the delivery of the overall operational metrics and sales targets. What does that do? What does she do? I don't get it. That, like, you literally Google the definition and it's like, they're the senior managing operations. It's like, what? You know what? Let's just keep watching this. I still have no idea what she does.
So I think the biggest expense that was a bit of a surprise for me when I moved here to London is that it is very comparable to New York City. It's very expensive. Renting is not as easy as it was when I had lived in Baltimore previously. When you're looking for a place, the listing price is not necessarily what you'll get it for. They do a whole bidding process to be able to secure a place, and if it's in a high demand area, the price might be very different ultimately to be able to secure the location.
That's actually a really good business idea. I kind of kid you, it would be kind of cool where basically what you would do is you would place an apartment online, like on the multiple listing service or something like that, and then you could auction it off. Bidding starts at $0 a month, and then it's how much is someone willing to pay to live there? It's basically, it almost guarantees you're gonna get a tenant in there. Doesn't guarantee you maybe a good tenant, but still, the whole bidding system is actually really interesting. Just imagine being able to go on eBay and then just bid on apartments. Be like, hey, this one seems kind of cheap. Let me throw my hat in the ring, $400 a month. If I get it, great. If not, then someone else will be willing to pay more. Interesting. Look at that, due to the bidding process. That's how they get you. They get you to put a little bit in, and because then you're already invested in it a little bit by making an offer, you're more likely to pay a little bit more because psychologically, what you don't see is going from zero to that price. What you see is like, I only need to go up by an extra $50 a month. Is that worth it? Yes. And then they get you up incrementally. That's how it works.
What they wanted to see is that I could definitely pay my rent. So I ended up paying the first 12 months up front, and then after staying in the place for 1 month, I paid another 4 months.
How did she get so much money? You could tell she's good at what she does, and she is so sharp. I'm gonna guess she graduated probably from an Ivy League, probably one of the top of her class. Super smart, works nonstop. That just seems like she's got her S together. She's got her poo-poo together really, really, really well.
My dad actually had a background of finance growing up, and he always would try to teach me best practices for managing money. Saving, I actually started at the age of 5 when I had my allowance, I had to save 50% of the allowance that I made for college.
That's awesome. See, that's good parenting right there. That's a great example. Get your kids to save. I think it's so important. I honestly think just give your kids as many chores as possible. Make it like a commission thing where if they want to make $100 in a day, they can make $100 in a day, but they got to do like all this different stuff, like cleaning the windows, $1, taking out the trash, $2, washing the dishes, $1.50. Just give them a whole bunch of stuff and they can really earn as much money as they see fit. And I think just like mentally, it just goes to show them there's all these options out there. You could always make money. There's always more that you could do if you want to make more. And then you got to save half of it. And then what I would do, I think I mentioned this before, I would basically take taxes out of that money. I'd be like, hey, son, daughter, whatever, you made $1. Well, guess what? I'm going to take half away because that's life. Just half of what you make is gone. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend it on something frivolous, like the government does. That's when I just teach them a lesson early on. Hey, this is how life works, but you get to keep the other half.
One thing that makes me a little bit different than many students is I don't have student debt. It definitely was made possible through some of the support of my parents, the saving that I had done when I was younger, and also scholarships.
Yeah, I would actually be really curious how much was from her parents' support, how much was from scholarships, and how much was from her own pocket. I really hope that they go into detail about like where she went to school. It's got to be an Ivy League. She seems Ivy League. That's my guess.
I actually moved here expecting to be spending more money and having a bigger budget for my day-to-day life, but what I'm finding is that because I'm in a pandemic, there's a lot less stuff to spend money on, entertainment, etc. So I actually end up spending about 40% less than what I had previously budgeted for.
Look at this! Woo! I don't think we've ever seen another millennial money so high on this one. Look at this, investments, $10,975 a month. Amazing. Taxes, $3,528, okay? Housing, $2,915. It's expensive, but you know what? She could afford it. Then we got this one, savings, $1,329. Amazing. MISC, what's MISC? $1,283. That would be, little S squiggly, travel, donations, in-app purchases, Spotify. What is she spending so much money on through in-app purchases? Is she playing like War Robots or something on her phone? Unless it's got to be a lot of money on travel. That's my guess. Then we got food. Wow, $605 a month on food, groceries, eating out. She can afford it. It's actually maybe not that bad because of how much money she's making. Then we got this one, pension, $481. Transport, $343, not bad. Utilities, $317. Wi-Fi, gas, hot water, electricity. Insurance, $35 a month. Honestly, everything here is great. Like, it's no surprise, housing is expensive, but she makes so much money that her spending almost $3,000 a month on housing, it's not the end of the world. She's spending just like barely over 10% of her income on housing, which is really, really, really low.
Some of the other nice surprises is that groceries were way cheaper. You're able to get a good trip with just 35 pounds, whereas in the US, I couldn't get a decent trip until I paid at least $80.
Why? Why are groceries so much more money here in the United States? We got really high grocery, we got really high health insurance. Geez. If anyone is from London, which I'm sure inevitably there's someone watching this from London, let me know down below in the comments why groceries are cheaper there than here. Why? Besides, I'm guessing here we have Whole Foods, which just brings up the average because they can. That's my guess.
Last year, I became one of the youngest senior operations managers at my company, which is something that was extremely exciting for me, especially since when I started at my company about 5.5 years ago, I always saw this as a role that was kind of unattainable, and I didn't really see people who looked like me doing this work.
Good for her. You could tell. I mean, she is sharp. She is on it. She is really good financially. I can't see anything bad. I mean, really, I can't think of a single complaint so far with anything that she's doing wrong that she's just oblivious about. Like, you could tell. She budgets every penny. She tries to get a good deal. She recognizes what her time is worth. There's so far, I see nothing wrong, which is rare. Imani pays taxes in both the United States and the UK. Ooh, that's man, like part of me would love to get involved in some sort of like government thing and just try to make the tax system better. I'd love to make a mark in one way or another, either by getting people to make and save more money or just helping people on taxes, just like rework the whole system and not make it so bad. But not only that, it's not only just taxes, it's also just spending and budgets and deficits in general. We gotta go through, we gotta look at everything like it's someone's budget. That's what the spending has to look like for Congress. Let's look at it like a budget, see where we could cut back, and if we need more money for good endeavors that will make more money and better everybody, then we can address it with tax. But anyway, I digress. One day, I'd love to get involved in something like that.
When I was in the US, I was actually doing a max contribution to my 401k. And they have a similar program here in the UK called a pension plan. However, I do contribute less to it. I only contribute the amount that my company will match. And the main reason why is because I don't know how long I'll be here, and I want to definitely have some more control over my funds. Should I move away from the UK, I don't want it to be super complicated to get access to those funds when I'm in my retirement age.
She knows everything. There is nothing that I could say so far that's negative. Nothing.
I have two different things I would say I splurge on. One is sometimes I will get the nice designer item, but that's something that I feel like once you have a staple in your closet, you can kind of just keep with it and pair it with different outfits.
I spoke too soon. Whoa! That's perfect timing. What are the chances I'm like, I can't say anything bad, and then the next thing is like Louis Vuitton. We got Gucci, we got Fendi. Money used to spend $3,000 to $4,000 on one staple designer item per year. One item, $3,000 to $4,000 a year on one thing. Why? I can't wrap my mind around it. Like those bags, what, $2,000, $1,500, $3,000 a pair of shoes? Why? I get that stuff like this would last a long time. I guess I'm more practical when it comes to that. It's like a bag is a bag. You could get a bag from the grocery store. It carries the same stuff like a bag from Louis Vuitton. It's the same thing. It's used to carry things, so its utility purpose is the same. I get that maybe people like the craftsmanship and the design, but still, you could get an equivalent bag. Okay, anyway, I'm done.
Now my splurge has become app games on my phone, which sounds really dorky, but there's nothing better than when, especially during pandemic, where you might be just hanging out at home, to be able to play different games on your phone, and they honestly get me with the in-app purchases sometimes. So I'm trying to be better about it.
Wow, you know what? Calls on Apple, guys. Apple is making a lot of money from that. I don't know.
But the one that I'm currently really getting into is one called Redecor, where you basically feel like an interior decorator, but you're not actually decorating, you're just decorating on your phone, so it's kind of fun for me.
Why instead of do that, why can't she just offer some freelance services? It sounds like she's got enough practice from this that she could just like charge somebody instead. She could do the same experience, but just charge them a little money. Make some money on that. I think we have the exact same phone, by the way. Check this out. The green one. Same thing. Same case, actually. We got the same case and the same phone. Huh.
One of my personal goals is to hopefully figure out how to become a millionaire by 30 and buy a home by the age of 33. A big part of that is me figuring out how to perfect saving money. How can I allow the money that I make to work better for me to make more money? I'm actually trying to start a website to help share some of those tips and tricks with others. It's called Mo Money, No Problem.
That's really clever. I really like that name a lot.
It's something that I'm pulling together to hopefully help represent women of color who are trying to do their thing in the workspace.
Okay, so my only complaints with this, if I have any complaints, it's that we don't know where she went to school. We don't know how much her school costs, how much she got help from her parents, how much was scholarships. We don't know any of that. So that's a big mystery right there. That's my first complaint. Second complaint is buying designer. If she wants to be a millionaire by 30, she don't need no designer. Mo designer, mo problems. So that's my website. No, I don't have a website, I'm kidding. But okay, so that's my second complaint. Third complaint is that we don't really know what she does or how she got there. I would love to hear more background and like, here's what I do day to day. Here's what a senior operations manager does. We have no idea what she does. That's another mystery. But besides that, she's super smart, she's super ambitious, she's really good at what she does, and regardless of anything, she's doing pretty much everything right. Great episode, she's really doing nothing wrong. I like it a lot, and I just be more curious of what she does for a living, and don't buy designer clothes. Moral of the story here. So with that said, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to destroy the like button, subscribe button, and notification bell. Also, feel free to add me on Instagram. Post it pretty much daily, so if you want to be a part of it there, feel free to add me there, as in the Iced Coffee Hour, the podcast. New episodes being posted every single Sunday morning. You're going to want to watch tomorrow's episode. Trust me on this one. We got a really special guest. Meet Kevin is going to be on there. So if you want to see the full podcast, Iced Coffee Hour in the description, where you can also get one totally free stock from Webull. One of those stocks is going to be worth at minimum $8 and all the way up to $1,600. So there you go. It's basically like I just gave you $8 right there. So claim your free stock down below in the description. Let me know which one you get. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.